If you didn't already know, my business partner Aaron.
Hello there, nice to meet you.
Let me just say that with most things, he procrastinates. A lot.
Anyway. Yeah, let's carry on. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to look at my socks?
And when it comes to cars, he's not exactly much different. Back in 2017, Aaron bought this 2.7 Audi A6 all-road, which had collapsed bags and was just generally a bit worse for wear. But within a couple of months, he'd picked up some coilovers to fix the airbag issue and started to tidy up the bodywork. Cut to 2018, and he decided to liver it up and take it to the car guy's mecca, the Le Mans 24 Hour.
Look, you've got Porsche number 5 then in the middle of the traffic. That's Julian Anval, the race leader.
I'll see them. Here we go. Oh my God, the Mercedes has taken off.
After completing a trip that had lived on his bucket list for years, and not having been back in Blighty for less than a week, he started to notice an issue with his gearbox. And what else do you do when your car has an issue with its gearbox? You put a V8 in it, of course. So, having found another A6 donor car with a 4.2 litre V8 in it, he swapped everything over and quickly started to realise that things weren't as straightforward as they first seemed.
Nah, nothing.
But by this point, the old engine had been sold. He de-stickered the bodywork with plans of going for a new look. And before he knew it, nearly 6 years had passed with the car still sat outside. And this brings us to today, January 2026. We've been here at Great Northern Classics for almost 2 years, and the car has barely moved in that entire time. But this build isn't just about a car anymore. With 2026 being the year of completing things, there's also another reason that Aaron wants to get this car finished. A reason that's really close to his heart.
Ooh. It's comfier than I thought. I made a promise, which I need to fulfill, to a friend of mine that passed away, that I would get the all-road done. So, suppose I made that promise. I need to fulfill it now, don't I? So, yeah.
What was it like?
Moaned a lot. I used to call him Big Dad. Big Daz, as he was known. He was a grumpy old, but you're gonna have to bleep that. But everyone in, like, all our clubs knew him. He was like the heart. But yeah, he was always there, whether I was like changing sumps on my drive or doing this, doing that, whatever it was, he was always there. So it'd be cool to get this car on the road, especially in his memory. I mean, the last road trip we did together was Le Mans in 2018, which was awesome. We always spoke about doing another road trip, just never got around to it. And I think what it would have meant to him, I mean, everything. I mean, his life was cars, family and friends. That was his thing. So I think just being around his mates would have meant a lot to him. It doesn't matter where we were, whether it was MC500, whether it was Le Mans, whether it was, well, yeah, whatever. And I think one thing we've learned is just do it and have no regrets. Why hold back? Which we always did, held back. We spoke about it in the Nürburgring, held back because of this, because of that, and life gets in the way. So, yeah, I think we're gonna change things up a bit and let's get the car running first. Listen, this car's gonna be sick, and we're doing it in memory for Daz. So, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna make it sick. It's gonna be sick. Anyway, I'll stop swearing now because Gaz needs to bleep everything out. Anyway, I'm done. See me on the other side. Right, boys and girls, shall we go look at the oil road? Here she is, in all her glory. Where do we start?
But what's the first?
The first plan is to empty all the out of it. Gaza has been using this as a bin or storage. Yep, just move all this. Ugh, look at. Oh, yeah. It's rubbish.
Definitely rubbish.
Definitely rubbish. Look at these. Woo, lovely. Obviously, they're going to need refreshing. I had these all finished in ivory, BMW ivory, I think it was. So they might need refreshing. I mean, it's been sat for a bit, so maybe unseason the brakes so we can get it rolling. Let's get it running. Let's get it over to Craig. Let's get him to check all the mechanical bits. I just want to hear it run. We got a glimpse of it years ago, but now we need to actually hear it. I need to hear it. That's, I think, the first plan. And then we'll get on to what we're doing. So with the bodywork, we've not decided yet, so we might need your guys' input. Do we put it how we do? Should we give him?
I reckon we give him like 2 or 3 options.
Do you reckon?
Put it to a vote, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people might just end up choosing pink. Oh, we've not even shown you the pièce de la résistance. Damn. The ins and outs is what, a 4.2 V8 out of an Audi A6. So, I mean, I'm no Audi fanboy. I don't know engine codes and whatnot, but yeah, something out of what would be in the S6, I think, maybe slight differences. Not quite the RS6, it doesn't have 2 big turbos on it. All the suspension is BC Racing coilovers, and then the actual arms, struts, etc., that's all RS6. So I've changed everything to aluminium arms, plus gives it a better ride. It's got Porsche 6-spot brakes on. It's got, obviously, the RS6 interior, RS6 headlining. So essentially, it's almost an RS6 all-road, but not quite. Ish.
Before we do anything, we should probably get the car really good.
I'm too cold to do that. You can do that. It does need a clean, though, doesn't it? It does need a clean.
Like anybody works on it.
Yeah. Right. We've got a lot to do. Let's get cracking.
Turns out that when a project car's off the road long enough, it becomes the perfect place to stash everything you meant to take to the tip. So, while I empty out the last 6 months of house moving rubbish, don't forget to hit subscribe and see whether we can finally get this car back on the road. With the old battery being completely dead, we needed to hook up a spare one just to get some power to the car to be able to put it into neutral.
Oh God. We have power. We have beeps. I think the brakes might be a bit seizeth.
But that was a massive understatement.
Right, we might be better off towing it.
But after a bit of gentle persuasion and some more unsuccessful grunting, we ended up getting the lads from CS Automotive to give us a quick push.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! There we go!
It was pretty clear that we needed to unseize the brakes before we could push the car in and out of the unit to be worked on.
So as you can see, we've moved it quite a way. It's the furthest the car has moved in the last 2 years. We've gone from spot A to spot B. Now the reason for us moving it from A to B is purely because it's a bit closer to our shutter door, so we can get an airline to it, clean it here. There's less in the unit and all that, and also it's a bit difficult to move at the minute, so we don't really want to block all the cars in that we're doing. So yeah, that's why we're doing it out here. So we're just gonna have to brave the cold and do it.
A few hours later.
Do you remember those, like, it was basically just a long extension, just a long cord with a clip with a bulb in it, and you just have a cage over the bulb.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember them? Yeah, so you can, like, attach it. Yeah. I remember back in the day using one of them. How we've moved on. Started from the bottom, Now we've got Temu light boxes. Right. Obviously, you saw early in the video, the car didn't really move very easy, so we're going to get it jacked up. Don't need to undo the wheel yet, do I? But we're going to get it jacked up. We're going to try and spin the wheels, see what's going on, see which ones are quite tight. I'm expecting them all to be tight. Tempted to take the calipers off. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. If we can unseize them as they are, then great. It's been that long since I jacked this one up. This one's pretty free, isn't it? Yeah, that's sound. So that wheel seems to be free. Looks like we're whipping the back wheel off then.
When a car's been sat around for as long as this one has, it's extremely common for the brakes to seize up. The rear calipers are also what the handbrake uses to hold the car in place, so we figured the easiest option for now was to remove them. Starting by unscrewing the brake fluid reservoir cap to relieve pressure in the system and allow the pistons to retract more easily. Then we wedged a screwdriver between the disc and pad and levered the piston back inside the caliper.
Yeah, that's what I mean, just pivot it. Pivot!
It turned out that the head on the bottom bolt of this caliper had rounded off, a problem that we need to tackle later down the line. For now though, we could pivot the caliper back on itself and take both of the brake pads out.
We can get the car moving, so I'll put that back in. Right. Get the wheel back on then. Thank you.
With the passenger side all unseized, we lowered the jack down and moved everything round to the other side to repeat the same process.
It's a bit stiff, but it's nothing that's going to stop it.
Just like the other side, we removed the top bolt from the caliper so we could drop it down. This allowed us once again to remove the two pads, effectively unseizing the caliper.
Well, we've not unseized it. We've just removed one of the issues, yeah.
Okay, so after removing one of the issues, the caliper could be bolted back up and the wheel put back on. Remember, this is just a temporary workaround until we can get the brakes properly sorted.
So what's next on the list? Engine bay, yeah.
So we're going to wash it.
It's just not worth it with... There's a lot missing at the minute. Let's not jet wash it. Yeah, we'll dry ice it. So, yeah. Tomorrow night's job. So,
In the cold.
I'm freezing cold, heating's on, so I'm going back indoors. So, thanks to Harry and Andy at Arctic Dry Ice, they have lent us their machine to dry ice blast this engine bay. Side note, I've never actually done this. Watched them do it. Right, so ice goes in there. So those that don't know, Gareth, what is dry ice?
It's a solid. It's carbon dioxide in solid form.
There you go. Carbon dioxide in solid form. That'll be enough, won't it?
Yeah, just do one scoop at a time and see how you get on. Because they've been having issues. So he said, turn this clockwise. So we pressure it.
I mean, it's coming out. Shall we go? It's definitely working. Yeah. PPE ready.
Gladiators, ready! Right.
Dry ice blasting might not be the fastest, easiest, or even the cheapest way to clean the underside of a car, but it is the safest and most risk-free, with no chance of water ingress or damage to electrical components.
Be careful of that.
The process uses solid CO2 pellets that clean through impact and rapid temperature change. Dirt and grease lift away while the dry ice instantly turns into a gas on contact, meaning there's no water and no moisture left behind. That allows us to safely clean around unfinished wiring, exposed areas and loosely fitted components without risking damage or creating electrical issues later on. With a car like this, it's not just about making it look clean, it's about protecting the build while we do it.
Look at the gun. Oh my god. That is ice baby. This is why we pay Harry and Andy to do this, because this is hard work. My hands are blocks of ice right now. They're tougher men than me. On that note, I'm out.
The next night we pushed the car inside ready to try and get it running. We bought everything needed to service the engine, not because we thought it would start it, but because we had no idea when it was last done. If it fired up, we wanted to know that it was protected.
So then, today guys, we have a lovely homeless man. No, I'm joking. This is my friend Jack, right? Now, Jack helped me put this together because I'm not very mechanical. Was it? No. So originally, me and Niall, another friend of mine, we shoehorned this in here. Then engine no starty, electrical problem. Me call Jackie. Jackie come, fixie, and we got the car turning over, didn't we? And then since then, we both just got busy with life. So he's back. Take two, and we're going to try and fix it. So what we're going to do, we're going to service the car first, oil change, because nasty old oil.
It's been sat for a couple of years, hasn't it? So
it's going to need a new oil, I mean, there's no change in the air filter, because there isn't one. And then we'll see what the issue is. What we're doing first then, jack it up.
We decided to put the car on axle stands, just so we could get all four wheels off the floor and make Jack's life a little bit easier.
We can get the front and the back up at the same time. Double whammy. Will that go under?
just.
Ooh. Oh, that's a bit tight. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You never did it
Not before it's tried to start it, that's why we're doing one now.
Yeah. Well, technically we did try and start it, it just didn't start. Did the new filter come with? Yeah, I wonder if they do. Or is it just a new washer?
This oil and filter is going to be used as a run-in.
just a push.
Yeah, so you can run it for a little bit and then we'll put some decent oil and another filter in it. Just because you don't know the history of the engine, I'd rather you not go to all this effort and have some damage further down the line.
Talking about effort, it's not my effort. Right, is that ready to go back in?
You're going to put the filter in.
After finding the oil filter housing, Jack removed the old filter, which thankfully matched the one we bought earlier, despite the engine being from a different car.
Do you fill oil filters with oil?
No, some people say it. I've just done a little bit around the seal, just so it slides on, it don't grip the seal and tear it. I'm going to clean the face off, because if you look at that, how flat that is, someone has screwed that on tight. So we'll just clean it off and then stick her in.
Even though we'd moved the car inside and lifted it off the floor as much as we could, Jack still wasn't entirely happy with his working conditions.
This would be much easier if you put it on the ram.
He also couldn't help but wonder why Aaron was wearing gloves.
I love the way I'm doing all the oily bits with no gloves on, and the guy commentating has got gloves on.
I thought you already had gloves on. Yeah, but I could have done that with my thumb.
When all is said and done, this engine will hold about 9.5 litres of oil. For now though, Jack's putting in around 8.5 just until we can get it turning over.
Right, normally we'd disconnect either the coil pack or something just to get oil pressure up to it, but it doesn't start anyway, so we can now turn it over and just get some oil pressure up the engine.
So we're going to try and turn it over now.
We're going to try and turn it over.
What if it did start?
If it started, I'm going home.
We have no electric. Huh? Have no power. That's not on. Keep hold of the power button. Keep hold of the boost button. Oh, that did something. Yeah. Just give it a second. Are we going? Oh, power's died. There's no oil light on.
Right, that's it then. It's got oil pressure.
So the car's got power, and the engine's turning over. But why is it not starting?
You had a V8 engine, you had a V6 loom in it, and half the plugs didn't mate up. I came down and I put the V8 loom in it, so everything mated up, and then we got all the powers we needed. Tried to start it, and then left it. Did we ever code read it?
Can't remember.
Why does that matter anyway?
Well, it might just show something. I've got a get me out of jail scanner in my car. We'll plug that in, clear the codes, try and start it up again and see what it does. See if you've just missed something stupid.
Right, so what Jack's going to do, he's not got his snap-on scanner with him, but he has got just a generic scanner, so we're going to get that on. Hopefully it might tell us something. If it doesn't, then we wait for another day. Try it again. But at least the service is done, so yeah, see what happens.
So, the moment of truth. Could we have just missed something really simple?
Engine speed circuit, no signal. Crank sensor. Input speed circuit, no signal. Cam sensor's up here.
Yeah.
And the crank sensor comes off off your flywheel at the back. There'll be a plug somewhere, probably underneath or around the back of the engine where you can't reach.
Should we ask ChatGPT where it is?
It's quicker than looking.
The crankshaft sensor is typically located on the front or the rear of the engine block. In many cases, it's found near the flywheel at the rear.
Let's have a look.
So after sliding back under the car, Jack noticed something a bit out of the ordinary.
Can you see this, Gareth? There's some wires hanging down here. I think he's forgot to plug something in.
Have we not plugged something in?
Well, there's something hanging down. So there's nothing coming up this side. Obviously, you're missing their lambdas.
So what do they all need?
They go into the exhaust.
Which we don't need.
Yeah, he's got the plugs that match the colour in the boot. So we know what these plugs are for, so I'm not worried about these. And where does... What year engine is it?
2000.
Just Google 4.2 V8. Google it,
Right.
and we'll see, because I can't see where this wire goes to. And we'll see what the plug looks like. What does that look like to you?
A whitey grey plug.
What does that look like to you?
A whitey grey plug.
You've not plugged it in. Don't get me wrong, the plugs were together. Now it's plugged in.
There's a lot of accusations going around here.
The easiest way is to try it, because I've got the cheapest code reader in the world. And you've put the biggest engine in not a lot of space.
Right.
Just try it.
Are we going to need the booster pack?
Try it off that battery first. Let me just move this out of the way. We need the booster pack.
After all this time, could it have really been something so simple?
Are we going?
Try it.
One washer, one brakes, and then major brake warning.
Six years ago, this started as a fairly quick project. A few weekends, a couple of upgrades, and back on the road. Simple, right? Except it wasn't. One thing led to another, and the job became bigger than we ever expected. Motivation dipped, and eventually it got left outside and forgotten about for 6 years. Long enough to almost forget why it mattered in the first place. Life moved on, other projects came and went, but this car just sat there, collecting dirt, quietly waiting, until now. Because sometimes unfinished business has a way of calling you back. And 6 years later, after diving back in, solving the problems and refusing to let it win, it's finally running. After all that time, it's alive again. But getting it started was only half the battle. There's still work to do, problems to solve, and one more push needed to get it properly back on the road.
Right, I'm a happy man. The all road is running. But that's going to be it for this episode, because we're not going to get time to get it all done. But the next episode is when it gets exciting. Fine-tune that engine bay, and then get it looking bad boy.